Please like the video, subscribe my channel. The keeper of the inner flame. In a quiet valley surrounded by hills lived a young man named Arav. Arav believed generosity was the highest virtue. He thought that giving everything away, his ideas, his time, his emotions, even his victories, made him noble. Whenever a new dream was born in his mind, he would rush to share it with everyone. When he felt pain, he spoke of it openly to anyone who would listen. When he achieved something small, he announced it loudly. And whenever someone asked for his time, he gave it without hesitation. At first, people admired him, but slowly, something inside Arav began to weaken. The seeds that never grew. One evening, an old gardener named Devendra watched Arav speaking excitedly about a new business he wanted to start. "You should be careful," Devendra said gently. "Why?" Arav laughed. "Sharing brings support." The gardener shook his head. "A seed that has not yet touched the soil should not be thrown into the wind." Arav didn't understand. But weeks later, after hearing criticism, doubt, and mocking laughter from others, his excitement faded. The dream that once felt alive began to feel fragile. Eventually, he abandoned it. Devendra's words echoed in his mind. Some things must be protected until they are strong enough to stand. The weight of exposed wounds. Whenever Arav felt hurt, he spoke openly about it to colleagues, acquaintances, even strangers. He believed that sharing pain would lighten it. Sometimes it did, but often people dismissed him. Some laughed, some used his vulnerability against him. Slowly, he began to feel smaller. His confidence weakened. He realized that pain shared without discernment does not always heal. Sometimes it scatters your strength instead of restoring it. The currency he wasted. Arav never refused invitations. He joined every debate, every social gathering, every unnecessary discussion. He prided himself on being available. Months passed. He noticed he had no time left for his own growth. No time to study, to reflect, to build. Opportunities slipped past him because he was busy giving his hours to everything and everyone. Time, he discovered, is life's true currency, and he had been spending it carelessly. The noise of success. When Arav finally achieved something meaningful, a promotion at work, he made sure everyone knew. For a moment, applause filled his world. Then came comparison, jealousy, cold smiles, quiet competition. The joy of his achievement began to feel heavy. He remembered how trees grow in silence. They do not announce every inch of their height. True success, he realized, strengthens in stillness. The fading flame. Most of all, Arav noticed his inner peace fading. He listened to every opinion. He allowed every voice to enter his mind. He changed directions constantly, trying to satisfy expectations. His clarity dissolved. One night, exhausted, he visited Devendra again. The old gardener lit a small oil lamp and placed it between them. "If this lamp has no oil," Devendra said, "can it give light?" "No," Arav replied. "And if we leave it exposed to strong winds, it will go out." Devendra smiled. "You have been giving light without refilling your oil, and you have exposed your flame to every passing wind." Silence filled the air. For giving to be powerful, the gardener continued, "You must first be full. When you give from emptiness, you lose yourself. When you give from fullness, what you give multiplies." The lesson of balance. From that day forward, Arav changed. He guarded his new plans until they were ready to stand on their own. He shared his pain only with those who had earned his trust. He valued his time as carefully as money. He celebrated success quietly, and he protected his inner peace from unnecessary noise. He did not stop giving. He simply learned when, how much, and to whom. Gradually, something shifted. His energy felt stable. His confidence returned. His work flourished. Opportunities appeared. Arav finally understood. Generosity is not about emptying yourself. It is about giving wisely while keeping your roots strong. Because a tree that protects its roots can offer endless shade, and a flame that guards its oil can light 1,000 lamps without burning out. If you like, I can also make it more dramatic and cinematic, turn it into a short motivational speech, or refine it into a publish-ready inspirational article. For your work useth Keeper of the Inner Flame. Part 2. The law of returnments passed, and the valley began to notice something different about Arav. He was quieter, not withdrawn, just centered. He no longer rushed to announce new ideas. Instead, he worked silently at dawn while the world still slept. His new project, one he told no one about, slowly took shape. He nurtured it like a gardener protects a fragile sapling from harsh winds. And this time, the seed took root. The test of temptation one afternoon, an old acquaintance named Rowan approached him. I heard you're working on something big, Rowan said with a curious smile. Tell me about it. Maybe I can help. Months earlier, Arav would have shared every detail eagerly. This time, he simply smiled. When it is ready, he replied calmly, you'll see it. Rowan looked surprised, perhaps even slightly offended. But Arav felt no guilt. For the first time, he understood that privacy is not secrecy. It is protection. Energy conserved is power accumulated. The circle of Arav also became selective about his vulnerability. When he felt overwhelmed one evening, he did not broadcast his frustration. Instead, he visited Devendra. I used to think strength meant speaking everything I felt, Arav said. Devendra poured tea slowly before answering. Strength is knowing who can hold your truth without dropping it. Arav realized something profound. Not everyone has the capacity to carry your pain with care. Some hands are too careless. Some hearts are too distracted. From then on, he chose depth over exposure, and strangely, his pain began to transform faster than before. The discipline of Arav began declining invitations that drained him. He stopped arguing over trivial matters. He reduced meaningless conversations. At first, people called him distant. But as weeks passed, results began to speak. His focused hours produced visible progress. His skills sharpened. His business idea matured into reality. What once was fragile now stood firm. Time, when invested wisely, compounds like wealth. And Arav was finally building something lasting. The silent expansion when his project launched successfully. It spread through the valley, not because he advertised it loudly, but because its value spoke for itself. This time, he celebrated quietly. He thanked those who supported him genuinely. He avoided boasting. He avoided comparison. Without the noise of ego, his success felt lighter. Cleaner. Stronger. And interestingly, there was less jealousy around him. The energy surrounding his achievement felt calm, not chaotic. He understood. What grows in silence carries stability. The return of energy on evening. Arav sat beside Devendra again, watching the oil lamp flicker steadily. I feel different, Arav said softly, lighter, but stronger. Devendra nodded. Because your energy is no longer leaking. Arav reflected on the past year. He had not stopped giving. In fact, he now helped more people than before. But his giving came from surplus, not from sacrifice of self. When he mentored young entrepreneurs, he did so with boundaries. When he listened to others' pain, he did so without absorbing their emotional storms. When he shared knowledge, he kept wisdom intact. And something unexpected happened. The more centered he became, the more abundance flowed toward him. Not only money, but respect.opportunities.peace.